Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's February 2nd, 2023 and Barcelona have made their first offer to renew the contract of Sergi Roberto. Also, the club have a lot of optimism in the case of Julian Araujo, and we now know the price to sign Bayern Munich's right back Benjamin Pavard. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and we begin with the news that Barcelona defeated Real Betis yesterday 1-2 in a spectacular match where the team played really well, where we saw a very compact and solid team that played in unison and where all the players contributed and where all the players helped each other, whether the team was attacking or defending, and where once again we saw a very solid defensive line by Barcelona. And we also saw a great midfield where Pedri being an absolute magician, where every time he touched the ball, something important happened, whether he would dribble past players, make dangerous passes, start some kind of play, or even have chances himself at scoring goals. Now, another player that really stood out in yesterday's match was Alejandro Balde, who in my opinion is becoming one of the best left backs in the entire world. And in fact, he was the MVP of yesterday's match, and I really think that he could win the Golden Boy Award this year because he's definitely establishing himself as one of the best left backs in the entire world. Now with this victory, Barcelona have now 50 points in 19 matches, which is the exact halfway point of the season. And so far, Barcelona have very impressive numbers where they have won 16 matches, tied 2 matches, and only lost 1. Now, Barcelona have set a defensive record with yesterday's match where they have only conceded 7 goals in 19 matches. And the previous club record was established in the 1985-1986 season where Barcelona conceded 8 goals in 19 matches. Now, La Liga record is held currently by Deportivo La Coruña, and it was set in the 1993-1994 season where Deportivo La Coruña conceded 6 goals in 19 matches. So if it wasn't for that own goal by Jules Koundé, then Barcelona could have not only set a club record, but they could have also set a La Liga record, matching that record set by Deportivo La Coruña. Now, Real Madrid did win their match today against Valencia 2-0. So Barcelona are now sitting 5 points clear of the second place Real Madrid. And Barcelona's next opponent will be on Sunday against Sevilla. Now on to the news that Barcelona have made Sergi Roberto the first offer in order to extend the right back's contract. Now Sergi Roberto had extended his contract by 1 more year until the end of this season in the summer of 2023. However, Xavi has requested from the club that they extend Sergi Roberto's contract by at least 1 more year because Xavi seems to be counting on the Spanish defender. Now, Barcelona have made Sergi Roberto their first offer where they've offered him a 1 season contract plus another optional season. However, it seems that Sergi Roberto has rejected this offer because he's not in favor of a 1+1 kind of contract, and he prefers more of either a 1-year contract or a 2-year contract, but not that 1+1 kind of contract that Barcelona have offered him right now. Now, this doesn't mean that Sergi Roberto does not want to renew his contract with the club. The club definitely wants to extend their relationship with the player, and Sergi Roberto also wants to extend his relationship with the club as well. This just means that he's not a big fan of the first offer, but the talks will continue between both parties until a mutual agreement is reached. Now, as I've said in my past videos, it's my opinion that Sergi Roberto should part ways with the club because even though he was an integral part of Barcelona's success in the past, I do believe that his time has come. However, I wouldn't mind seeing him staying at the club for 1 more season because after all, when Sergi Roberto accepted his contract renewal last season, he reduced his salary drastically, and he's actually one of the players that earns the least on the squad, and he has a salary similar to a player that just came up from the Barca Athletic to the first team. So if Sergio Roberto can stay for another season, earning very little, it would not hinder the club's financial operation at all, and Xavi could take advantage of Sergio Roberto's leadership in the locker room and experience on the field as well. Now, speaking of right backs, as I reported previously, Barcelona were able to sign the Mexican defender Julian Araujo from the MLS team LA Galaxy during the final hours of the winter transfer market. However, La Liga rejected the registration of the contract of Araujo because Barcelona submitted all the paperwork 18 seconds late. Now, Barcelona have appealed this decision to FIFA, and the club are now reporting a lot of optimism, and they really think that FIFA could overturn La Liga's decision and could allow the registration of Julian Araujo, which Barcelona signed for the Barca Athletic technically in order to be able to register him, but it's most likely that he will be alternating between the Barca Athletic and the first team. Now, if FIFA decides that they won't allow the registration of Julian Araujo, it's reported that the player wants the club to honor his contract, and he's still willing to come to Barcelona and train with the team despite not being able to play for the remainder of the season, because Julian Araujo considers this as an opportunity of a lifetime to arrive at a club such as Barcelona. Now, while we're still on the topic of right-back players, we now know the price for Benjamin Pavard. Now, as I reported previously, Benjamin Pavard has a contract with Bayern Munich until the summer of 2024. However, he reportedly wants to leave the Bundesliga club because he's not happy at his current club, and it's one of his favorite destination is FC Barcelona. Now, the club were considering signing Benjamin Pavard during the summer, and they even tried registering him during the final hours of this winter transfer market with the help of the Israeli agent Pini Sabi, who's the same agent for Robert Lewandowski and Yannick Carrasco. However, it wasn't possible because La Liga informed Barcelona that they weren't going to be able to register the contract of the French defender. Now, Barcelona are still considering signing Benjamin Pavard in the summer. And we now know the price that the Bayern Munich are expecting for their right back, and they have been leaking this price or filtering this price to the German press, and it seems that Bayern Munich are looking for around 30 million euros for Benjamin Pavard. Now, this is definitely not a price that Barcelona are willing to pay outright for the French defender. Now, this doesn't mean that Barcelona will not be able to sign Pavard in the summer. They're definitely going to be looking to negotiate that price down. However, if Bayern Munich insists on keeping that price at 30 million, then it's likely that Barcelona will not proceed to sign this player, and then Bayern Munich will have a big problems on their hands where they're going to have a player that they're not looking to use, and a player that doesn't want to stay there for another year. And it is going to be even a bigger problem for the Bundesliga club because they just signed Joao Cancelo from Manchester City. Now, Barcelona does have an ace up their sleeve, which is Pini Sabi, and as I mentioned, he is the agent for Robert Lewandowski, and he did great work in helping the club bring in the Polish striker from Bayern Munich to Barcelona, and he also helped the club a lot with the Yannick Carrasco situation where Barcelona were able to negotiate an option to buy the Belgian winger in the summer for around 15 to 20 million euros. And it seems that Pini Sabi is also willing to help Barcelona to bring Benjamin Pavard to the club, because Pini Sabi, after all, does have a really good relationship with both Jean Laporta and Jordi Cruyff because they had some business dealings together in Israel. So Barcelona does have that ace up their sleeve, but nonetheless, the club are not going to go crazy in trying to bring Benjamin Pavard over. So if this operation cannot work, then Barcelona will also be okay with that, because after all, they do have other options such as Arnau Martinez from Girona and Juan Foyth from Villarreal. Now, since I have been getting a lot of messages from you asking me about what the situation with Vitor Roque is, I'm here to tell you that Barcelona are still negotiating Vitor Roque's transfer with his current club, Atlético Paranaense. Now, Vitor Roque is currently on international duty with Brazil under-20 team. He's currently playing in the South American under-20 Youth Championship, where he so far has scored 5 goals in 5 matches, and he's been one of the best players in the entire tournament, and he's given all of us a glimpse of the future star that no doubt Vitor Roque is going to become. Now, Vitor Roque does want to come to Barcelona, and Atlético Paranaense understand that that's the player's dream, so they're more than willing to negotiate a good deal with Barcelona. And the club are currently trying to negotiate a payment plan for the player, which it seems that Atlético Paranaense are also willing to accept, because it's reported that there are really good relationship between Barcelona and Atlético Paranaense. And also the Brazilian club don't want to stand in the way of their young players' dreams. Now, it's reported that Atlético Paranaense would be willing to negotiate a transfer fee of 30 million euros or less for their Brazilian star. And in my opinion, that is a great price for Barcelona, not only because of the difficult financial situation that they're currently going through, but also given the market value of other players. For example, Real Madrid have paid close to 70 million euros for Endrick, and if Barcelona can get Vitor Roque for 30 million euros or less, it would be an absolute steal, because plenty of scouts are actually saying that Vitor Roque has even more promise than Endrick. Now, we'll end today's video with a brief update that it seems that Barcelona were not the only club who tried to sign Sofiane Amrabat during the final moments of the winter transfer market. It seems that Chelsea, the big spenders of this market and the previous one, also tried to sign Amrabat from Fiorentina. However, that deal did not go through because Chelsea were more interested in a loan deal of Sofiane Amrabat, and a Serie A club said absolutely not. The only way you can take the Moroccan midfielder is through a premium permanent fee, and that was the same exact thing that they told Barcelona. But nonetheless, as I reported in yesterday's video, Barcelona are still going to try to sign Sofiane Amrabat in the summer as long as the player keeps up his performance. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barça.